Hello all, my name is Shankar and I am back with part 2 of coronavirus data analysis using Python and Tableau. Before we move into the tutorial, I would like to thank everyone who appreciated and provided constructive feedback on my previous part 1 video. It really means a lot and it would be great if I can continue to get your support. Let's see how we will go about this part of the tutorial. First, we would be going through a brief recap of my part 1 tutorial on how we extracted and cleaned the data we would be using in this part. Next, we would be connecting the data we prepared with Tableau and develop simple and interactive views. Finally, we will put the views we developed into a dashboard for consumption. Let's revisit what we did in our part 1 tutorial. We extracted coronavirus data from Wikipedia and tuberculosis as well as population data from World Bank website. We used Python's web scraping capability to do this. Next, we joined these data points and cleaned the data from inconsistencies, after which the data is ready to consume in Tableau. I have given my part 1 video link in the description below for those who would like to refer it. In any data analytics or visualization project, the effort required to prepare the data is 80% of work, and what is done to visualize it is only 20% of work. Though this is the reality from an analyst point of view, from an end user perspective, the final visualization is all that matters and hence its importance cannot be undermined. This would be the front page when you open the Tableau tool. For those of you who are new to Tableau, it is an easy to develop visualization tool with a very active community. There is also a free version of Tableau for those who wanted to practice and get familiar with the tool. The demand for Tableau skills has been continuously on the rise for the past several years now, and I would recommend this for anyone who is looking to establish their career in business intelligence and data analytics. Now, let's start building some views. The Tableau front page has a wide variety of predefined connections that can be used to connect to a file or a server. Now, we will be using the Excel connector to connect to the Excel we have prepared. Now, we could see the data is extracted and displayed in a tabular format. You would be able to change the data types of the columns in this page itself if required. But we won't be doing it for this analysis as all the columns here are having the right data types. Now let's go to the sheet to start building visualization. We have three different icons here. If we hover over them, we would be able to see that we have options to create new worksheet where the views will be created. Then we would have new dashboard where the views are consolidated into a dashboard. And finally, we could see new story where a story can be designed by adding views and writing annotations to express the insights. Let's now put together a map view showing the number of confirmed corona cases. Here, you would be able to see the columns in our data source segregated as dimensions and measures. Dimensions are usually categorical data points that is used to slice and dice the data, whereas measures are usually numerical data points that is used for computation. The country data point you see here has a globe icon beside it. This means the country names are plotted against their respective latitudes and longitudes. Now, when we double-click the field, we should be able to see that the countries are plotted in the map automatically. Now let's double-click the confirmed cases and we could see that the size of the circle has changed based on the number of confirmed cases. Marks in Tableau control exactly how the visualization appears. We can see the confirmed cases field is shown as a size. Now we will drag the confirmed cases field and drop it into the color mark. We can now see the map has changed with light color fills for countries with less confirmed cases and dark color fills for countries with more confirmed cases. Let's now drag and drop the countries field into the label mark. And now we would be able to see the names of countries clearly on the map. Let's change the color of the fill from blue to red to represent a greater number of confirmed cases in dark red. There it is. If we hover over the countries, we would be able to see the country name and confirmed cases. Let's add the death and recovery details also as a tooltip so that it appears when we hover over our map. Finally, let's rename the sheet name appropriately. Let's move on to create another view that shows Corona deaths and recoveries. First, let's rename the sheet name as Deaths and Recovery. Let's drag the death and recovery fields from measures to the column space. Now, we will be bringing the country field from dimensions to the row space, and we will be able to see country-wise number of deaths and recoveries. Let's change the fit to the entire view. Now, let's go to the label marks and select Show Mark Labels, and we will be able to see the numbers besides the bars. Next, we will sort the view with country field to show top 20 countries by number of deaths. To do this, select the country field, then click on Sort and change the sort logic. Now, let's change the color of death and recovery bar charts through the marks. In the mark space here, we could see both the column names listed. Go into these column names and change red color for deaths and green color for recovery. That's it. Finally, let's rename the sheet name as required. Now, let's create a view that compares corona and tuberculosis infections per 100,000 population. Let's first rename the sheet. Now, bring the corona and tuberculosis infection per 100,000 people fields into the row space and country field from dimensions into the column space. We will be able to see two bar graphs showing corona and tuberculosis metrics one below the other. Let's sort the view to show number of corona cases per 100,000 people in descending order. Change the fit to entire view and then click on the second view in rows space and select dual axis. Let's go to the mark space and change corona metric to bars and tuberculosis metrics to line. That's it. We should be able to see a neat 12-axis graph showing both the metrics in a single view. Finally, let's rename the sheet name as desired. Next, let's put together a view that shows percentage of deaths among confirmed cases by country. Let's rename the sheet name and move into the sheet. For displaying percentage of deaths in confirmed cases metric, let's first create a calculated field. Calculated fields are ways in Tableau to create customized calculations that is not readily available in the tool. We right-click in the Measures area and select Create Calculated Field. Let's name the new field as percentage deaths and write the formula logic and give OK. Now, you should be able to see the new column in Measures area. Drag the percentage deaths field and drop it in the column space and country field in the row space. Change the fit to entire view and let's sort the view to show numbers in descending. Let's change the color and add labels to the view. We see that the view labels are shown in decimals. Now let's click the field in the column space and choose Format. We would be able to see the format options have opened in the left side of our view. There are a variety of options to change the way the view looks. Let's go to the Paint tab and select percentage in the numbers option and make the decimal to 0. We should be able to see that the labels are in the format we require. That's it. We are done. Finally, we rename the sheet as required. Next, for percentage of recovery, the approach is same. Let's right-click the percentage debt calculated field and click Duplicate. Now, right-click the duplicated field and click Edit. We will just change the name of the field and edit the calculation to show percentage of recoveries in the confirmed cases. This is done. Now, let's duplicate the view we created and change the percentage deaths field in the row space with percentage recoveries. Now, sort the view again like before based on recoveries. Finally, let's change the color and rename the sheet as required. Now that we have constructed the views required, let's now create a new dashboard with these views. Select the icon that says New Dashboard and change the size of the dashboard as desired. Now, let's check the option to show dashboard title and give a name to our dashboard. Now let's drag the vertical object and drop it into our dashboard. Drag the map view that we created from the sheets and drop it into the top portion of our dashboard layout. Now drag the legend and drop it below the view. I'm removing the heading as it is just a redundant detail. Now let's drag the debts and recovery sheet and drop it beside the map view. Let's now add another vertical object to accommodate the remaining views in the second half of the layout. Let's now drag and drop the Corona versus Tuberculosis view in the bottom left corner. Drag the measures legend and drop it below the view. We will remove the header and adjust the size as required. In the same way, we can drag the percentage of deaths and percentage of recoveries views in the empty space we see here. We can see the percentage of recoveries is not in a proper format. So we will go to the sheet and make the changes as we did before. Now what we see here is the dashboard that is developed by neatly consolidating the views we created. We can make some formatting changes as required to make it better in just few clicks. Like making the title appear properly, reducing the size of new titles, rotating label names wherever required, making sure the layout is properly aligned, and finally removing details that doesn't add value. That's it. We are done with our dashboard. Thank you very much for your time and attention. Stay connected by subscribing my channel to dive more into details and learn more together. Please give me a thumbs up and share if you have liked this video. Also, please comment below for any questions in this video and I will do my best to help you guys out.